and Ministry. I'm not even sure who's in the band now. I don't know if Tommy Victor's out with them or what, but it's never a bad time when those guys come through. So caller 10, these tickets are yours. Good luck. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
To all our men and women in uniform.
I've been a lifelong fan, 20 years in the military, come back, and to find your afternoon show is horrible.
Thanks from the Alan Cox Show.
Horrible.
On 100.7 WMMS.
I mean, when it comes to hot rod building, you want to go with Jesus. Today's the last day, by the way, to get yourself some money in the way of $1,000 of each one of these keywords to go fund yourself. So listen for each and every keyword. Still 30 past the hour. 9:30 tonight is going to be that very last keyword with Corey Roddick. Cavs are off through All-Star Weekend. They're back, I think, next Thursday. They're going to play the Denver Nuggets here at home. So tonight, the full Corey Roddick experience, and 9:30, that last keyword. So between now and then, listen for each and every one of these keywords for you to win. Next week on the show, will be out Monday, but Tuesday through Friday, I will have passes for you if you want to get to see Ugly Kid Joe. Stansbury was giving these out for Big Hair Wednesday. They're going to do End of May at the Agora. If you're a Yellow Card fan, they're celebrating 20 years of Ocean Avenue with May Day Parade. Ding. Story of the year. Cleveland Auto Show is back. End of this month, next week through beginning of March. You get a 4-pack of tickets for that. And Impractical Jokers are coming through. Normally, you'd be contending with Practical Jokers. These guys have positioned themselves as being impractical. What form does their impracticality take, by the way? Do they overspend on sundries? Do they take private jets? Do they increase their carbon footprint? Does anybody know? You guys are fans of these dudes.
I think it's the sundries. Yeah, that's it.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I finally saw one of these shows, this Impractical Jokers. They have a TV show. Everybody's like, oh, my God, they're so funny. And I was waiting while something was being done to my car a couple of months ago, and they had the Impractical Jokers on television.
Bro, you should have just taken your car to Terry's. They'll pick it up for you. They drop it off for you. You don't have to sit around and wait.
Well, had I known. So I was sitting there watching Impractical Jokers. They are going to do the Romo Fijo on June 3rd. So if you dig those guys, I'll have those tickets next week. Today, you still got a shot at that evening with Charlie Sheen. I'll get you the clutch tickets. And you want to go see Disturbed this summer at Blossom. We'll hook that up, too. On the subject, before the break, we were talking about, or we got into inexpensive places to, Cleveland and Detroit top the list for singles, inexpensive. There's also a list of the best cities for people who consider themselves minimalists and ways that you can live that kind of life. And I didn't see us on that list, but I did see Cincinnati on that list. I've never been to Cincinnati, only through. But for people who are looking to do more with less, places like Salt Lake City, which is number one. Salt Lake City is a beautiful city. But if you're looking to live a very minimalist lifestyle, that's, I guess, where you want to live.
I love how they put Cincinnati on this list, the city that adds spaghetti and beans and all this kind of stuff to their hot dogs and chili. Like, yeah, but you don't need anything extra, right? Go to Skyline, get 14 inches of cheese on top of your hot dog. It doesn't seem very minimalist.
Are you saying that that's a maximalist approach to food?
Correct.
Well, you might be onto something there. I don't know that they even considered food. So for that criterion alone, you're saying remove Cincinnati.
I feel like it is not a minimalist in that sense. That the thing that one of the things that they are most known for is overindulgence.
Oh, but just in the spaghetti hot dog sector.
Correct.
Right. But
The chili spaghetti hot dog sector. But that's like what they're known
That's
for.
what they're
That's what they're known
for.
for, but it minimizes the things that you can do the rest of your life because you spend so much time on the toilet afterwards.
And with heart
I
disease.
see.
So, yes.
Yeah.
I see.
Yes, and minimize the amount of
Minimize
time.
your life.
Yeah. So you got to look at it from all the different ways,
Okay,
not
all right.
just
Okay.
the piles
In
of
the
cheese
moment.
and the wet spaghetti.
Okay.
Piles of cheese. That's just ugh.
It's so much cheese. They
I've
measure
never
it in
had it.
inches. I'm not even joking.
Yeah.
Like, we get 4 inches of cheese on top. You're like, that's the most
See,
cheese I've
I'm-
ever
I'm
seen.
That's
in my
not
life.
even an average penis.
I was going to say, over 30 years, they noticed that the cheese has increased on Skyline Chili.
Do they put spaghetti in their chili? Is that
Yes.
what we said?
That's
Well,
the
they
whole thing.
put
And they-
Chili on their spaghetti,
They
right?
put chili on their spaghetti.
and-
That's
Which, by the
like
way,
the 5-way, I think.
doesn't sound bad.
It's not. But
But
I'm
it's the
saying
quality
it's
of
not
the chili.
minimalist
Well, yeah.
to have a 5-way chili.
See,
Also, it is bad.
It's so bad.
It should be
It has
good.
cinnamon in it.
It should be good, but the chili's garbage, and then the spaghetti's too wet.
Hmm.
Spaghetti's too wet.
They don't drain the spaghetti before they add the chili to it. Now
Mm-hmm.
you're left with the soppy mess.
3-way, 4-way, 5-way. There's a ton of different ways you can get it.
and
Yeah.
out of Italian food, spaghetti is the
Don't
only.
call Skyline chili
Well,
Italian food.
No. I'm not. I've never had Skyline chili. But
Italian food.
what I'm saying is, I'm afraid to have it because I don't really like Italian food other than like chicken parmesan and spaghetti.
What are you not afraid of?
But
Give me one thing you're not afraid of. Zero fear registers with you on
Growing penis sizes.
What?
I'm afraid of not being afraid. See,
Wait, you're afraid of not being afraid? So one of your biggest fears is lack of fear.
is being brave. Yeah.
I know it's all over for me
brave.
when I'm not being brave. Yeah, okay, well. Anyway, best cities for minimalist lifestyle. Cincinnati's on that list. Boston is the only place where more than 10% of people walk to work. Salt Lake City has a very short commute time and blah, blah, blah. Is Cleveland on this list? You ask, we are not. So if you're somebody who poo-poos the notion of living a minimalist lifestyle, you should be very happy that we're not on this list. By the way, it is the epitome of a first world problem now that people have to be told how to not constantly be acquiring crap. You see a lot of articles like Marie Kondo. There's Reddit groups devoted to minimalism. There's Substack articles. People have to be told how to live with less crap.
Because buying crap feels good.
And we're
Well,
doing
looks
great
good.
in
It
this
doesn't
country.
stay feeling good, but at that moment,
I think it
Very
does,
exciting.
depending on what it is. If you buy stuff for your walls, if you buy artwork, that feels good for as long as you have it.
Does it?
If you don't like buy a really nice piece of artwork and every time you look at it, you're like, I'm happy about that.
We have a ton of, my wife has a very good eye for art, but we have a ton of art that needs to be framed. And so it's on this kind of mental to-do list we have. I think every inch of every wall in our home would be covered if we framed everything we have. But I don't know I don't know.
but that's
Well,
kind
you
of the
didn't
example,
buy it,
though.
though.
When you look at it,
where-
you go, boy.
But you didn't pick it out.
Yeah.
She did. So
Well,
when
some
she
of-
looks at it, she'll
I've
probably
got-
be like, this is great. I'm so happy we
But
have
also,
this.
if they got so much of it that they haven't even gotten it framed and haven't hung it yet, that's exactly what we're talking about. Where like you're buying something, you're getting that rush of like, oh, I bought something, and then you're not doing anything with it. You
Right,
know,
but
that's-
so do something with it is my point. You talk about
don't tell me, tell Alan. He's the
you know
one
what
who's
I'm saying? You talk about the rush wearing off. Well,
Yeah.
that rush doesn't wear off if you do something with it. If you're just going to buy artwork
Right.
to put it in a closet.
But I think there's a lot of things that we buy. You know, there's good purchases and there's like frivolous ones where we,
impulse purchases,
yeah.
sure.
impulse or even just like, you know, me cutting back on shoes. I love getting shoes. I still appreciate all the shoes I have, but I don't need them right now.
Sure.
And I'm like focusing. So
You can only wear a
But-
pair at a time.
yeah, and it's I'll start wearing them on my hands and I'll show you.
Wear one of each.
yeah. But
He's going to become a quadruped just so he can really blow through all those shoes.
Mhm.
I got money here for you. Last day for you to grab some, so I hope in the 11th hour here, you are my winner. It's a chance to go fund yourself $1,000 right now. Good luck.
The Buzzard wants you to go fund yourself and score $1,000. Enter the nationwide keyword BANK at WMMS.com. That's BANK, Enter it now at WMMS.com. And good luck from Buzzard Radio.
You can leave us messages any way you like. We've, of course, got the messages in the iHeartRadio app, but you can also call the After Hours line, which is 216-986-8903.
Hey, Alan, podcast listener, catching up on Wednesday's show. You had made a kind of funny joke about how they're going to change Columbus to Indigenous People of Ohio, the name of the town there. And it just brings up a funny point that, when we talk about how evil, genocidal Christopher Columbus was, which he was, people seem to want to romanticize Native Americans as if they weren't committing, genocide towards each other and endless raping and pillaging of each other's tribes. I just wonder why, with the progressive direction we're taking, why that is so common, because that's the truth. If you get educated on Native American history, it was almost nothing but that. They weren't living in kumbaya until the evil white man came and spread his evil. They were all doing it to each other. Again, not defending Christopher Columbus, but, this selective memory is very interesting. Would love to hear your take on that. Hate the show. Bye.
What were you saying, Poundcake?
It's just a whataboutism.
Well, no, I don't think...
that's the same thing they used to say with the slaves. Like, oh, well, we didn't invent slavery. Your own people sold you to us.
Black on black crime when that was...
Right.
Like, so what's the excuse
but
for
that's
now?
also not a big secret. Like, the issue has never been... He talks about romanticizing. No one said that...
It was all
Indian tribes were sitting
yeah.
around. Right. The issue's never been about what tribes were doing amongst themselves. Colonizers killed them for their land. That's what people are talking. They weren't taking offense at little internecine battles between tribes, right? People have lived on this continent for 12,000 years by the time Columbus showed up. So it's not about that. So they're like any other large collection of people, right? Because human beings are human beings. And so, yes, war, but that was all within those communities. We have tribes of people now can't get along, right? That's essentially what everybody refers to culture now, people, tribes. So, but if aliens showed up and said, well, we want this planet now, we're going to kill all of you for it, that would have nothing to do with how we treated each other. It's the difference between whatever a group of people is doing within their own group and somebody from the outside coming in. I didn't realize, I don't think that anybody's questioning that. I don't know. But the takeaway is that Poundcake is pro-slavery. I think that... I'm sorry?
I'm not pro-slavery.
Oh. Well, then I misheard you.
No.
Would you go on a breakup vacation?
What does that
I was
mean?
reading about breakup vacations. People that break up, and then they go, you know what?
Last hurrah?
Last hurrah.
Yeah, I like that.
Like a severance pop or
That's
something.
how my last relationship ended. We did we were on the outs. We decided this isn't going any further, so we did one last night where we hung out and did all our favorite things, and then never saw each other.
But
again.
this is like an actual trip.
Well, what I was reading about was this woman who was talking about how she and her boyfriend of 5 years had broken up the day before they were set to go to France. So in that situation, they go, screw it, let's go.
Well, yeah,
right?
I think of that.
But part of the other conversation was somebody that you broke up with, would you just go somewhere with them? Because there's so much pressure that's off you when it's done, right? You're just like, are we supposed to have sex now? Are we, what? But you can talk about whatever you want to talk about, and then you come back, and it's all done.
I mean,
Why not just wait till the vacation's over to break up?
I don't know
Let's
that I
make-
would plan a vacation.
Do it on the plane.
Because
Go
then you
viral.
have all the pictures of stuff you did, and
Well, you wouldn't take any pictures. I don't think you're taking pictures on a breakup vacation.
No, you have someone.
he said
you take
wait
a lot
until
of-
after the vacation to break up.
Yeah.
But you've got all those pictures
But if
because the
you're-
other person doesn't know you're breaking up with them.
well,
If we broke up, I'm not going to plan a new vacation with you as a last hurrah.
You're not.
This is
okay.
talking day
it's already
before,
planned.
though.
Right. If
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
already planned, we're going.
Yeah.
I am not going to, if Brian and I broke up tomorrow, I'm not going to be like, do you want to go somewhere this weekend?
You wouldn't.
No.
That's my question.
Why would you?
You wouldn't still
Why
go
not?
to Arizona with him?
That's an already planned vacation.
But it's far enough out.
An already planned vacation I will take. I am not going to plan a vacation as a last hurrah.
How far out on a planned vacation?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Paid
saying.
for.
Paid for. So let's say
Can't
the
get a
vacation
refund.
is in October. You guys break up in May.
Nobody's paying for a vacation 6 months out.
Plenty of people do. We do.
You pay for your entire vacation 6 months out?
Yeah, all the reservations, you plan it out.
I mean, we plan it out, but I don't pay for anything until about 2 months out.
Okay, let's say 2 months then.
Okay.
2 months, you pay for it. The thing is 2 months away. You break up the next day. You still go on that trip. 2 months later, 60 days later.
2 months
paid
is
for
a long
it.
time.
Well, you said paid for.
I know, and it is paid for.
And I'm wondering how far out.
And all the reservations are made.
Yep. But now, guess
I'd
what
say
you've got?
within
More reservations.
A couple weeks.
Couple weeks.
A month would probably be my max.
What if you're past the refund date?
Because then that sucks. Well, because then it's like, I'm going to miss a vacation and miss money. Or you can always go and you don't have to hang out. You know what I mean? I can do my own. If we're in wherever, we're in Arizona, I can go do my own thing. You go do your own thing.
But if you're staying in the same place that's like
Yes.
a family house, wouldn't that feel weird?
You get a severance pop. I mean, what's the matter with that?
Okay, but my point is, if it's
What
2
if you
months
end up getting
out,
back together?
if it's 2 months out, there can be a lot of healing and things happening in those 2 months. Not necessarily saying moving on.
Let's say no healing happens. 0% healing happens.
Then why did you break up in the first place?
Well, people break up all the time.
Yeah.
See, this is complicated because what if it's only one person wanted to end it? Like one person was like, I'm adamantly against being with you, and then the other person still is in love, and then you go on this vacation, and the whole time
They're
it's
trying
just,
to
yes,
get back in your good
the
graces.
other person is just trying to do everything to make the person who broke it off fall back in love.
Except even for couples that are getting along, vacation is a very heightened experience, right?
Yeah.
So you take that to people who aren't getting along, it's still going to be heightened. One of them's going to go, oh, this is going great. I might have an in. And then you get back. You've spent all this money. You've got fond memories. And they go, see you when I see you.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. Other side of the coin. You get the vacation planned. They say, I'm not going. And then you can take someone new.
But
yeah,
you
JB
can't.
Smooth on Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah.
He's trying to find a one with the same name.
I was going to say, you can't do that because of the
Well,
airline
but like we're
tickets
saying
and
in
stuff.
this, it's a driving vacation. So you're
Road trip.
Yeah, it's a road trip.
I would take a friend probably.
You
I'm not
take a
going to take
friend?
like a new guy. I would take my sister or something like that.
You wouldn't crowdsource a dude.
No, I'm not that person.
But it's a sex camp.
I take my sister to sex camp.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You got to take someone you want to have sex with.
It's an ayahuasca sex camp. So
Yeah.
you're going to be vomiting, pooping, having sex.
All the most romantic things on the world.
That's right.
In the world.
Exit only.
No.
All right.
This is I can't
Ayahuasca
give
sex camp is on incarceration.
I feel like this is too complicated of a situation to say
I know, I
yes,
keep moving
I
the
would
chains.
go or no, I would not go.
Yeah, the chains are fun to move though.
Ayahuasca sex camp.
Ayahuasca sex camp?
That's hard to say.
Ayahuasca.
Not really.
Ayahuasca sex camp.
Yeah.
I guess I don't want to have sex with anybody else that soon. I'm one
You're
of those
no
people who
fun.
mourns a breakup.
Oh, God.
Like I
come
know,
on.
but I'm sorry that when I get broken up with or
process
end
my
something.
feelings.
Yes.
Nerd.
Oh, you're saying you mourn a breakup when you get broken up with, not when you do the dumping.
Or when I do the dumping.
No, you
Yes, I
don't.
do. Where
No,
it's
'cause
like
you've
I'm
already-
not about to just hop in bed with the next guy.
No, but by the time you do the dumping, you've worked up to it. You knew it was coming. When you get dumped,
No.
you didn't know it was coming.
I mean, it takes longer when you are the dumpee, but when you're the dumper. But I'm not like breaking up with a guy. I have never broken up with someone because I have already found someone else. I've never done that. I've never gone from one relationship.
You never
immediately-
Tarzan.
Really?
No,
yeah.
immediately to
you
the
don't let
next.
go of one branch till you got
No.
your hand on another one.
That's
Because
how a lot of people.
That's how
do it,
most
though,
people do.
yeah.
I feel like I end relationships because I'm not happy with that person. I'm like, I don't want to be with you anymore. It's got nothing to do with anybody else.
I mean, somebody else helps.
You suck.
Huh. All right.
And then you kind of hang out for a while, and if you find somebody else, you find somebody else. I'm also.
Well,
I feel
sorry,
like,
guys. If you were hoping to take Mary for that ayahuasca sex camp, it ain't going to happen. Sorry.
Not this year.
Doesn't matter if you bought all of her foot pics. I got a break. If you want to send a text, 35192, AlanCoxShow.com is where you can watch